The time is just gone 9:44 a.m. as we continue with our broadcast this morning on news and views, and we are now focusing on the cabinet reshuffle. Now, we've learned that President Cyril Ramaphosa has finalized consultations with high-ranking political allies regarding the imminent cabinet shuffle, and he also met with the likes of COSATU, the South African Communist Party, over the weekend, and also, in terms of these one on one meetings that he's had, a number of issues have actually arisen. One of them has been primarily focused on the performance of the cabinet, and there have been certain recommendations that have been made. Now, I've seen a tweet by Eusebius McKaiser saying that there has already been a de facto cabinet reshuffle. The new ANC NEC is a massive expanded cabinet, and Mr. Ramaphosa has been recalled with Mr. Mbalula, now president of South Africa. The distinction between party and state is undergraduate political theory in South Africa. It is fiction. And we're now joined by political analyst Levy Ndou with us this morning to tell us more. Levy, good morning to you, and welcome to the show.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the listeners. Thank you for having me this morning.
Yes, all eyes on President Cyril Ramaphosa since the State of the Nation address, the announcement that a Minister of Electricity will be appointed. But also for a long time now, the President has been under pressure to take a closer look and to scrutinize his cabinet, and this cabinet reshuffle, or this impending cabinet reshuffle that we're talking about, Levy.
Well, this is exactly what we've been waiting for some time, and at any given moment, I would not be surprised to hear that the president has to make an announcement. He has already started hinting on the possibilities of what might happen. He has spoken about the Minister of Electricity. We have got a challenge of electricity in South Africa, and we just need to get someone to quickly start working and ensuring that South Africa do not talk about load shedding anymore. Equally, we have just been put on the grey side based on our response to corruption, to money laundering, and all the bad things associated with what cannot be described as good governance. Therefore, he has to ensure that the individuals that he puts in his cabinet are people that will be able to take us back where we belong. And that is a huge task that the president is supposed to face. We understand he has to consult. We understand he has to think very carefully about the decision that he has to take. But equally, there are urgent issues that has to be dealt with. So the president must be able to balance the two and get the country running.
Well, you're right, Levy. In fact, I was just going to say he's going to have to find a balance, considering where he has come from in the last 5 years, what he has experienced as the president of the country, the factionalism that had been very, very prevalent within the ruling party and in government in particular, but also at the same time, the underperforming cabinet ministers as well, because this has been a major issue with regard to the performance. And so he's got to find the right fit, he's got to find the right mix, and he's got to find the right people for the job.
He has all the powers given to him by the Constitution, but the powers that he has are even more boosted by him being re-elected the president of the party last December. So my expectation is that he has the responsibility to deal with factionalism and ensuring that there is cohesion in the party, and the party is very strong. That can still be done by other people. What he has is the responsibility to the South African nation, and that responsibility is for him to assemble a very strong and capable team that must be able to take South Africa forward. We are actually waiting for him to do that, because People have voted for him. He has the constitution at his disposal. All that the president has to do is to do what will be in the best interest of all of us.
Well, that's important, but also when one looks at some of the issues that have been playing out, and I'd like to cite the examples of the tourism minister, Lindiwe Sisulu, and this has become a somewhat of a politically hostile climate for the president, and also looking at the Kokta minister, Dr. Dlamini Zuma, who went against the party, voted with opposition parties on the impeachment process against the president. And this is going to be quite significant because these are people that matter, both Dr. Dlamini Zuma and Lindiwe Sisulu.
Of course, when we talk of cabinet reshufflement or restructuring of government, we also have to look at people that appear not to be favoring him, or those who might appear not to be too cooperative, and those who appear not to respect his presidency. And if he wants peace, he should actually assemble a team of people who are supportive of him. He must assemble a team of people that will also be able to adequately respond to the challenges facing South Africans. Whether we like it or not, the factionalism within the party is also a factor when the president has to appoint. Some decisions that he might take might have negative implications on the party, and especially if they're not properly managed. But equally, the president has to ensure that South Africa gets the team that is going to deliver, the team South Africans have confidence in, the team that, instead of dealing with factions in the party, would be focusing on what South Africans are supposed to be getting. So that is what the president has to do when he has to appoint these people, because he won't be able to be managing people rather than these people providing support and ensuring that they do the work as given to them by the president. So those are some of the areas, in my view, that the president has to look at very carefully.
And also, I think, looking at where we are as the citizens, as the people of South Africa, there has been a huge interest from South Africa, and we know millions have been grappling with socio-economic challenges, and citizens are getting to a point where we are becoming impatient. We are demanding action from the president, who until now sadly has been seen someone who is not that decisive, and this is exactly what people are saying, that he needs to come out. He needs to be a lot more bold. He needs to be decisive and putting the country ahead of the party political shenanigans that have been playing out.
Aware that the president has to consult, the president has to think very carefully before taking a decision. South Africans are aware that the president also has to consult with his party, the alliance partners, and the society broadly. But equally, South Africans should not wait for the consultation that does not end. You need to have a period of consultation, and you need to have a period to take decisions. And in the absence of decisive decisions, you get ordinary citizens getting frustrated, and you open up a vacuum for people to develop different views and opinions because you're actually not doing what is expected. So my view is that in the most earliest time, the president should be calling a press conference and make this announcement, because this is exactly what we've been waiting for quite some time.
Yes, Levy, I'm going to put you on hold. We are just going to take a quick ad break. I just need to engage with you for another 5 minutes or so, please.
After 11 years, Syria remains the world's largest refugee crisis.
We didn't flee from Assad just to come and die here.
More than 6.8 million Syrians have been forced to flee their country since 2011.
All of my country destroyed now, and I fear about my children.
And another 6.9 million remain internally displaced.
Our condition is very bad. We have no proper tents, nor a proper living. I have 10 children and we do not get any aid.
The vast majority, approximately 5.2 million refugees, have found refuge in neighboring countries such as Turkey, Lebanon and Jordan. Penny Appeal South Africa has been distributing hot meals and food parcels to food insecure families and provided mobile housing to those in need. Your donation, no matter how small, can make a big difference. Visit our website www.pennyappeal.org.za or call us on 031 110 0573. Penny Appeal South Africa. Small change, big difference. Conveniently located along the banks of the Crocodile River bordering the Kruger National Park, as a guest at Buckler's Africa Lodge, one can enjoy an amazing sunrise or sunset on our spacious deck area while you catch a glimpse of some wildlife sightings along the Crocodile River. The sounds of the African savannah will greet you whilst you enjoy your morning coffee. Buckler's Africa Lodge by Tingana Collection. Buckler's Africa Lodge is ideally situated only 6 kilometers from the Crocodile Bridge Gate in the Kruger National Park. Catering for all travelers with variety, we have 4 types of the finest rooms: superior rooms, deluxe suites, and 2-bedroomed family units. Each room is equipped with the finest amenities to make your stay unforgettable. Guests can choose between the self-catering option or book their accommodation with breakfast and dinner included. Buckler's Africa Lodge is your ideal location for the ultimate Kruger getaway experience. We specialize in exhilarating and educational game drives in Kruger, tailor-made to suit your family. Inquire about our various accommodation offerings and other activities. Visit www.tingana.co.za for more information. Buckler's Africa Lodge by Tingana Collection. Experience the pulse of Africa with us.
Masjid Ibadur Rahman Youth hosts an international Qira'ah program on Friday 10th March 2023 featuring Qari Ibrahim Ramadan from Tanzania. And Qari Islam Fikri Abdul Sattar from Egypt. That is Masjid Ibadur Rahman International Qira'ah Program, Friday 10th March between Maghrib and Isha, 13 Chase Street, Utenaig, Karicha. Program will be broadcasted live on Salam Media.
The SANZAF Meals Distribution Project distributes over 85,000 meals monthly. With your assistance, we would like to increase our outreach to even more individuals. Sponsor a meal for as little as 12 Rand or sign up for a debit order from 48 Rand monthly. Visit us at sanzaf.org.za or call us on 011 834 6046 for more information. SANZAF, changing lives through development and relief.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Well, as we head towards closure this morning, and we still stay in the company of Levy Ndou, who is a political analyst against the cabinet reshuffle, which is on the cards. And from a timing perspective, we are led to believe that it is going to happen pretty soon. We've seen the consultations that the president has made with the likes of the South African Communist Party and COSATU. Let me just to continue, and this cabinet reshuffle comes at a very, very critical time for the country, for the president, and the big elephant in the room has been ESCOM, and this is a state of disaster, as was alluded to in the State of the Nation address, and also comes at a very critical time when we've seen those revelations come through from the likes of Andre de Ruyter, and clearly, aimed at some of the people that are in the president's cabinet. So how crucial or how relevant is this to the decisions that the president has to make with regard to the cabinet reshuffle?
Well, I think it will also depend on the credibility of the information that the writer has provided. What I do know is that it might not be a very easy exercise unless the writer himself has been able, after doing an interview, if he has been able to communicate with the president in order to mention the names of the people implicated. And in the absence of that information, the president, including all of us, would always be left in the dark. But obviously, the president who spoke about the fight against corruption, the building a credible state, ensuring that ordinary citizens remain having the confidence in the organization and the state, the president has to be very cautious when he takes his decisions, because he should not be seen to be protecting people that are comfortable or implicated in wrongdoing. So my view is that those are the areas that he has to touch on. But equally, South Africans are tired of load shedding, and the responsibility of the minister that he has to appoint will be to ensure that we no longer have load shedding. And those are not easy tasks to be performed, but there is nothing else that ordinary South Africans are expecting. They expect to see an end to load shedding. And that is exactly what the president, the minister that is going to appoint, has to give to the ordinary citizens.
Yes, and just a quick comment, on the supporters of the ANC, the alliance partners. Now, we know he met with the likes of the SACP and COSATU, and they, over a period of time, have been raising many, many issues, particularly looking at COSATU, because they represent workers, and we know the state of joblessness in the country, the lack of creation of employment, and the just economy as a whole in terms of where it stands. So these are major issues. And how would that actually, from the alliance partners' perspective, how would that actually look at the level of support that they have been providing the ANC governing party at this point in time, or until now?
Well, the alliance partners, in my view, have been doing a lot to provide all the necessary support to the ANC and the ANC-led government. My view also is that even though they'll talk about the representation in government or ensuring that government has that representation and feel of alliance partners, they also need to do South Africans a favor. If they're given an opportunity to name or identify people who should be in cabinet, they should also do their best to give South Africans the best of what they have. And people should not see the ANC and the alliance as a body that certain individuals should get a representation, but they should also supply South Africans with people that can make a difference in ordinary people's lives. So my view is that it should not only be about representation, but it should also be about the quality of the representation that they actually bring. So my view is that that is one area that they also have to look at.
Well, we certainly will watch this space with interest, but and I know that this decision is going to happen very, very soon, and I'm sure you're looking forward to it as well. But for now, thank you very much for your time with us, Levy Ndou. We wish you all the best, and let's see what develops. Take care.
Thank you so much. You're always welcome.
Political analyst Levy Ndou with us this morning, which brings us to the end of this morning's broadcast. But now, before I take leave of you, today being February the 27th, is marked as World NGO Day to recognize and honor the objectives of the organizations that contribute to society. And we know the crucial role that NGOs play in supporting various causes locally and globally. They contribute to society in more ways than one. The underprivileged in a particular, and with what has been playing out in Turkey and Syria, the aftermath of the earthquake, and right across the world in more ways than one during the COVID era. And these are people that are voluntarily, they are non-profit groups, and they are established at international, at local levels as well. And these are organizations that do just sterling work in terms of being part of civil society, charities, and also significant players in the field of development, of human rights, humanitarian aid, things like gender equality, the environment. And without NGOs, really, I think the world would be worse off. And this is the reason why the honor is afforded to organizations, to NGOs on this day, to honor, to celebrate their goals, to celebrate their contributions right across the entire world. And we know many that we have in South Africa, and yet South Media, we interview them almost all the time to get regular updates and to unpack the wonderful work that they are doing. So we continue praying, we continue making dua that the NGOs continue thriving, and we wish them all the best. We wish them success, and more importantly, we honor them today. The time is just headed 6 minutes past 10, and as we head towards the end of this broadcast, with myself, Inayat Wadi, standing in for my colleague Julie this morning, it's been absolutely wonderful. It's been a pleasure being in your company on the various platforms where you have been listening to us. And with that, I'm signing off from myself and the team. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands.